All right, well, Cameron's just walked in, so let's make good use of him. Cameron, how's it going, man?
Good.
Good to see you again. And we're here at Scott's Hot Rods once again, but in a completely different facility. Tell me a little bit about here.
This is our paint shop. It's about 30 minutes from our main shop in Knoxville. We're down here in Friendsville. We bought this building because we wanted to get more of the projects completion done in-house. The more we can do in-house, the more we can control, the faster we get it done for a customer. So this paint shop worked out well. It's close enough to us, but it's not too far away. Plenty of room. We're doing, basically one vehicle at a time. Sometimes when there's downtime on one vehicle, we can hop on another, work on it. But we want to get vehicles in and out as fast as possible so we avoid the dreaded paint jail.
The paint jail? What's the paint jail?
Paint jail. Everyone who's built a custom car knows paint jail, where you send the car off to paint and you don't hear anything about it. You get an invoice, you don't see any pictures, and then a year and a half later you go look at it and it's just some primer.
Wow. I do not like the sound of paint jail, and
No.
I definitely don't ever want to be in it. Coming here, I did not expect it to be this big. I thought it was a paint booth.
No.
This is definitely a facility, to say the least, everybody. So obviously we do have a paint booth there.
Yeah, Unicure semi-downdraft paint
Yep.
booth. Then down behind the tarp, we're going to get a real cover for that. That's our polishing room. There's a truck in there right now. We'll check out in a minute here, just trying to keep dust off of it. Then that's our mixing station and supply room. Up top is just storage in the mezzanine. And then there's a bunch of unused office space in there.
Everything has to be bigger and better with Scott's Hot Rods, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, you couldn't just
big.
have a normal paint facility or just a small booth to get things done. No, let's just add a bit more. I'm loving it. Before we have a look there, me and Jeremy have been putting dots and doing 3D scanning on this. He
Yes.
told me this was once a Rolls Royce.
Yes, it started life as a 76 Rolls Royce Cornish two-door hardtop. Left-hand drive, so American drive. And from what we can tell, it was somebody in some big wig in Hollywood, because there was a Beverly Hills parking permit on it. There's a Malibu Club sticker on it.
Wow.
So our customer, Wayne Braun, bought the car because that's the car he wanted. He loved it. He first contacted us about a chassis. How we can build a chassis for it. And then he was working with a shop we know down in Texas. And what he wanted, that shop just was not capable of doing everything that he wanted. So long story short, the car got delivered to us. We built the chassis for it, and then started working away on it. And his vision, Wayne's very detailed. We turned it into a Bentley Banneret, as he calls it.
Now, how different is the two cars,
Back
for
then,
those of us that don't know?
Back then, the hood and grille were interchangeable between the Rolls Royce and the Bentley.
Okay.
So he sent us the Bentley hood and Bentley grille to go with this. And we sent him pictures and put it all together. And then he worked with Eric Brockmeyer and Justin on rendering. And then eventually got EVOD to make some wheels, not the wheels that are on it right now. And then it just kind of, like every project, snowballed a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And now it's, it's down here finally getting painted.
Now, tell me, since we're here learning about 3D scanning of the interiors, what made you guys decide to take down this route as opposed to the traditional interior design? Because you don't do this for every car.
No, the Avant Garde is not our usual go-to interior. It is a step up. It is a huge step up to go to a CNC scanned interior. Jason can tell you more about that, about what he does. It's really cool stuff. We've seen it done in other cars. This will be the first one that we are doing an interior from Jason. We also have a 3D scanner at our shop, but we don't use it for what he's using it for. But it is pretty cool.
Jeremy definitely mentioned Ian and how he uses the 3D scanning as well for machining the parts. But I guess for a luxurious classic like this, it has to be the best.
Yes. Yeah. It's not cheap, but it's very, 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 very good. It's a whole nother level.
I'm excited to see the entire finished process.
Oh, so are we, and so is Wayne. Wayne's chomping at the bit, and we're doing what we can.
And when do you think that'll be?
This is the next thing to worked on. So they're finishing up the bed on that C10, and in between they'll be working on this. They already did sealer primer on a bunch of the parts.
Because all the body work is done.
All the sheet metal work is done.
Okay, sheet metal, but not body.
Body work is done here.
Okay.
So that's filling and sanding and gapping
Before the paint.
before paint.
I'm with you.
Yeah, so painting is about 4% of the entire job, of the paint job.
Okay.
The spraying the color, that takes a day. And then spraying the clear, another day on parts. It's all the prep work, what they're doing over there on that bed. It's an hours and hours just building up, sanding down, making sure everything is gapped perfectly. Because if it's not good in that stage, painting a color ain't going to change anything besides highlight your mistakes.
So tell me something here, show me something, I guess, that'll get filler on
Okay.
it. And
Right here, I mean, this is pretty smooth, but it's a little wavy right here. Because actually this car had been hit on all four corners at some point in its life, and crappy body work done, just filled with Mondo. So we did what we could on the metal, but still a little low and high. So this will get all, skim coat of Bondo, or body filler, whatever we call it, and get all lined up, and then crisp up the body lines, because right here it's a little wavy.
this is how you know that I am new, because I look at this and I'm like, look, well, everything's there, everything fits and flows. But when you take the magnifying glass, you can see just how much work that needs to be done
Oh yeah,
and how essential that is to get a nice finish
yes.
with the paint. Very cool. LT4 in there.
Yeah, LT4, custom stainless headers that we built. Not everything's on it. We do have valve and coil covers for it, which aren't on it right now. There's an engine cover that's going over this, just on the block, and which they will be working on.
So we can still see the supercharger up at the top.
It has a custom lid that we machined that you'll see through a pocket. It's pretty cool. It's all billet piece. And then we have a body panel that comes around here, and it comes down and connects it all. So it kind of hides the intake, and the intake goes down to the bottom. There's its own air filters and everything.
Wow. I'm excited. I'm excited for the interiors, but also now to see the finished product.
Oh yeah, it'll be getting there pretty quick.
All right, well, while Jeremy's still putting more dots on, I've bailed out on him. I did a lot, but yes, those dots are tiny. So show me around here. And I do want to have a look at the truck. I did see it before off camera, but let's get Cameron to tell us a little bit more.
Well, here's the wood. Here's the wood for the bed floor. It's still gonna get
Oh, that's
sanded down.
different.
But it's got not lacquer on it. Sorry, epoxy clear on it. So it's sanded down. This is what they call tiger wood.
I've seen zebra wood. I hadn't seen tiger wood.
It's really expensive.
Just like zebra wood.
Yeah. This was shipped to us from Bedwood. We massaged to fit since it is a custom bed. It wasn't a stock kit that went in there.
That's pretty cool. Look at the pattern. And that's naturally how the wood comes with that pattern, hence the term tiger wood.
Yeah, we tried different stains on it, and then just doing a clear stain on it, and that looked the best. And then we put the sealer on it, so.
Nice. Wait, please. The shop and factory is a good 30 minutes away from here.
Yeah.
And one of the first things I asked you is, how does all that happen, the transportation? And I was asking Steve and Jason as well, what if there's something not right from the bodywork side of things that the guys have worked on and they have to now fix it?
Yeah. Sometimes if there's, it's happened, a missing weld on a chassis or something, and since the project has changed so many times, we have a TIG and MIG welder here. Everything that we do is TIG welded. So we'll send a guy down, take up the spot. It's fine. As far as sheet metal, sheet metal is done before it gets here.
All right, what have you got here?
So this is G. Farrell's 67 C10. It is a true 67, VIN code and everything. So we kept the small back window, so everyone knows it is a 67. There's a lot of people who take the 67, 68 hood,
Yes.
and put it on the later models because it honestly does look better. It's a flat nose. Personal opinion, but a lot of people agree.
Well, I like them too, you know that.
So this one's just in here getting polished up and put back together. They're working on the bed. They're going to be spraying that pretty soon.
LS3?
Yes, the LS3, 530 horse, connecting cruise, 4L70 transmission. Ultimate headers on this one, and then stainless steel exhaust we built goes all the way back.
And of course, Scott's Hot Rods chassis,
Oh,
the
yeah.
rolling chassis.
And the exterior color, it's like a 2024 Mustang dark gray, or dark matter gray, or there's another name for it too. Very heavy metallic. This thing, I mean, it looks good in here. Out in the sun, it's going to look even better.
Now, the chassis.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you following my build vlog, I've been learning about the rear ends and the wheel sizes. So these are 20 inches in the back.
20 by 12s.
20 by 12s. So you didn't need to actually, that would fit on the normal frame, the 20 by
On
12s.
the stock frame, yeah, it'll fit no problem. Your wheel tubs have to be widened on the inside.
Okay. But if somebody was wanting to have bigger tires,
Mm-hmm.
20 by 15s, does the chassis from Scott's can be modified to fit that?
20 by 15 is not a problem.
Okay.
It's about as wide as you can go, because then you're squishing everything to the middle.
Yes.
And you run out of space. But yeah, 20 by 15, you're not really going to find streetable tire much wider than that.
No.
So
But that's something that you can't do on the factory frames. But with
You-
your chassis, they come ready to go.
yeah, we can do 20 by 15, no problem on our frames. On a stock frame with our 4x rear suspension, sorry.
It's all right. You'll find everybody's been sick in our town.
I'm getting it over now. I was out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Wow.
Okay, so on a stock frame, with our 4x rear suspension, you can do it's like a 13 and a half, just because of what's on the frame. Mm-hmm. You know, unless you're doing a back half or anything like that. But if you go with our frame, it's 20 by 15, no problem.
Cool. That's good to know. That's where I'm at learning about the build. It's all about the wheels and the rear end, and the next thing would be looking at the front end.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate this.
Actually, we have a customer down in Texas. Truck of Octane and Iron is building. They might be done with it by now. It's bag chassis from us, and it's 24 by 15.
24 by 15s.
The only one tire it fits on. It's either Toyota or Nitto or Pirelli. Someone makes up. It's like a 405 wide tire.
Wow.
But that's as tall as you can go, because that thing laid out on the ground, the top of the tire
Would hit the fender.
is at the top of the bed rail.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
so their tubs go all the way up.
Okay.
And
Not much of
it's-
a bed left at that stage
No.
either.
It's a cool build. You can check it out.
Oh, it sounds pretty cool. That would be a complete pro street truck, I'm guessing.
Twin turbo LS in it.
There you go.
It's pretty cool.
Now here is the hood, which is very common for this. The 67s to 72s all have the same hood. I just don't like the fact that they're quite flimsy.
Yes, they are. They are quite flimsy. So 67, 68 has a slant nose,
Yep.
and then 69 and on up has a flat nose.
Okay, I see what you mean. Mine's got the flat nose. This is a little bit more slant. I noticed some bead rolling in the engine bay.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to continue anything here just to strengthen that hood.
No, we didn't want to change the head. This is a simple. We did a lot of modifications to this to make it look clean. We weren't going what we call a wild build.
Okay.
We weren't doing hood scoops on this one or anything like that.
Well, I appreciate this. I'm not going to keep you too long. I know you're not feeling too good, but let's get back to Jeremy, everybody, and let me do some standing.
Cool.
Thanks, Cam.